Presentation that we're going to do tonight on actual learning how to flush a port that's located right here with a Hubbard needle in place, which is here. And as you notice, I don't have a mannequin or anything in this atmosphere because actually I'm not able to work because I'm actually got the port in me. My mother has been trained. This is my mom, Marilyn, my dad, Roger.
Hi.
My mom has been trained on how to properly flush the port and things like that, so she can help me out. But she's getting ready to go on a vacation, and my dad may have to step in and things like that, so I thought this is appropriate time for the video. That mom has been checked off and trained, so she's going to be doing my interactive demonstration, and she's going to be teaching my dad for the first time. He's never done this, so this is the first time for him. So we're going to do that. I'll be some commentating back and forth because if there's some questions that's asked, I'll be the one to help answer them. You just may not see my face in the video when we get more up close and personal with Portal. As far as the learning objectives goes for this, first thing that you're going to learn, hopefully learning this demonstration, is the supplies that you need to actually perform the flush. Okay. The second objective is learning how to flush the port correctly, or the line correctly, through the proper procedures and steps and things like that without causing injury to me or anyone else. The third thing that you're going to do is if something does happen during the procedure, an emergency does occur, because you can get air embolism and things like that from the ports and the flushes, then we got to figure out what we can do if that happens, because me as the patient would be laying down and having some problems. Some problems could be, we'll go over them a little bit later, but some chest pain and things like that, and we'll talk about that when we get to that point. In theory, you're going to notice some of the supplies that we have here. My mom will go over a little bit with these during the training, but there's going to be some alcohol pads that's going to be used, some saline syringes. The ethyl alcohol, in theory, they've come up with proven to prevent infections, which is safer than using the heparin. And Broom and his colleagues published an article back in 2012 that done trials between heparin and the ethanol walk that you're going to see here to prevent patients, and they did it for hemodialysis patients just to see the difference in infection rates and medical procedures and things like that. And it was actually proven through their trials that the ethanol was less expensive for them. It was inexpensive. It's non-toxic. It's a bacterial agent, and it prevents the infections from occurring, and it's less risk of causing problems with the heart, like a heart attack or things like that whenever you're injecting heparin and blood thinners into the heart. So therefore, the saline walk is what they use, especially in younger patients, because you don't want younger patients to have bleed or anything like that, especially because they're more active than your hospitalized patients. So with that, any questions that you have for me at this time? Right. Are you ready to start the demonstration of the port? All right. If you have any questions during the process, just let me know, and I will be helping along with that.
Okay. The main thing right now to begin is to make sure you have all your supplies. Therefore, you need gloves, your saline solution, your alcohol prep pads, and your flush. Let's begin by putting our gloves on. You want to keep everything as sterile as you can. Even though you're in a home setting, we try to keep things very clean. Okay, first thing you want to do is to open up your flush. Very good.
What was the point of shooting the water out the top?
In order that there's no bubbles. You don't want to get bubbles in the port. Okay, do the alcohol the same way. It takes practice.
You've been doing this how long?
I've been doing it for quite a while now, and so it does take practice. Now, you want to use the alcohol pad in order to clean. And you need to rub for 15 seconds. Okay, use your brush. Now you've already removed the bubbles, so there should be no problem.
Can't get it screwed on.
Okay, you need to line it up and then push it ever so gently and then turn to the right. How do you feel about drawing blood?
I don't.
Okay. Okay, to draw the blood, you just pull back on the syringe until you see blood enter the tube. Okay, there's blood in the tube. Now, would you like to proceed?
Yes.
All right, just put the solution back into the tube. Go very slow. Very good. Do the alcohol the same way.
Now you just flushed with the saline, so now what with the ethanol
Right, done
alcohol
it.
for again? What's the purpose of putting this in?
To keep the blood from clotting. And it just stays in the first part of the tube. Very good. Now you just cap it off. Now, did you feel comfortable doing that?
Yes.
Good. Do you have any questions?
Okay, now what if some bubbles would have been in there, what would happen, or what would you do if the bubbles goes in?
Okay. She will know if that is the case. Coughing can occur, sweating, chest pain. If that happens, she needs to go on her left side and you call 911.
Do I stay with her all the time, or could I leave the room, or?
If you do not have a phone handy, you can go and get a phone, but then you come back and you stay with her until help comes. Any other questions?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
Okay. With that being said, as far as the port itself and things like that. I don't know what, I know you was at some of the training when I was in the hospital and things like that. But with these ports and things, do you know what all it's used for? I know at nighttime you see me hooked up to my feeding because I can't eat anything of substantial thing to keep my body weight up and energy and things like that. So I eat a bag of formula for 12 hours every night. Do you know what else this could be used for or anything like that?
If you'd have to go to the doctor, could you draw blood through it, or?
It depends on the doctor. Great question. There's some doctors that has the access. Right now I got home health that comes out twice a week, and they can actually access my port and draw the blood through there. Now, once I go back to work, there are a lot of doctor's offices, family practices and things like that that don't have the equipment, so they'll actually have to draw it from my vein and not the port itself. So the port's still there, but they can still use my veins for IVs or drawing blood or anything like that. Now, if I happen to go to the hospital or anything, they do have access, and they can actually hook an IV straight up to this and don't even have to use, any of my veins or anything. So I can get, any kind of infusions as far as like iron or potassium or anything like that. If I need it, it can actually go straight through that without getting stuck.
Okay, if you happen to be away from home, like the restaurant or something, and you forget your gloves, what do you do?
Well, to begin with, it's not a good idea, but you need to go and wash your hands thoroughly. You can come back then and, administer it from there. If you have a sanitary swab that has been wrapped, don't just use a cloth or something like that. Make sure it's not wrapped. You can also use that.
Like a hand
sanitizer.
It's all in a full.
In full, yes. You could use that. But if it's a matter of 30 minutes, an hour till you get home, I would say wait till you're in a more suitable area.
Okay.
Anything else? Any other questions?
No. Yeah, when you was drawing the blood, why do you have to wait till the blood comes before you can syringe it back in?
To make sure there's no clots.
Okay. It don't have to be so much blood just when you see
No, just
blood.
whenever it comes through the line and into the tube, and then you're able to reverse and go through the procedure.
What if, and if you don't know the answer, I can answer it as well. What happens if you start pulling the syringe back and it's hard to pull back or no blood comes in the tube or anything like that?
That's happened to me before. If you just go ahead and put a small amount of the saline into the tube, it will dislodge if there's a small clot or whatever that's already formed. It will dislodge, and then you can start and pull back again, and the blood will come.
When you start talking about clots and everything, is the clot in the heart or is the clot in the actual part of the tubing, or is it dangerous?
Well, I guess it could be dangerous if it would go on to the heart, but usually it is just in the line or in the white
The little catheter thing here?
Yes.
Okay. And that's correct. The thing too is, the good thing about it is they do send extra supplies. So if there is a clot in there that we can't get out or it's not working and things like that, because I am a provider, we can change this out. But if something would happen and you can't access it or anything, you want to call 911 or the home health nurse and things like that. With that being said, since I am a provider, I do have the skills and training that I'll be able to help you. And basically I would just take this part of the port off, clean it out, put another one back on because it's clamped off right here, so nothing's going to actually go to my heart. And that's kind of a safety valve, just for some FYI. So any other questions?
Now, most time you just do this at night, but can you do it any other time? Just instead of just doing it at night?
Usually you do it in the morning after you eat, right before you, or when you're coming off the bag and things like that, and then you'll do it, if you're not eating during the day, you don't have to because you're going to eat at night, but if you're off of the tube for a period of time, this port's actually 90 days. You flush it once every 90 days, but since I use it every day, it's just twice a day at this point. Alright, well that ends the presentation, and I appreciate your time and effort, and thank you.